Estelle is alive.
What? How? When did you find this out?
Last night at the gala after you left, she was announced as the 10th woman to watch. Chase's idea of a little surprise for Dad.
Oh, Lloyd! You must have been
Liza,
completely...
this is the part that I didn't want to have to tell you. It wasn't a surprise. I've known all along she was still alive.
I never said I was giving her up for dead.
Then you've got to check out this cabin. It's right near the Arrowhead Inn.
It's about 60 miles from here.
McCleary, I don't got to do anything.
No, sir.
Tell me, exactly how did you find out about this Arrowhead Inn?
Well, some guy told me.
Some guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell him. What was his name?
Stanley Borden.
Stanley Borden. He's one of Hibbert's bridge partners.
I told you who he was, but what you don't know is that he's the guy who sold Hibbert the dynamite.
Well, I'll just have to find that out on my own then.
Now, Lieutenant, we've already established that.
And we don't have time to double check.
Lieutenant Grant, you'd better find my Aunt Jo before Hibbert does something crazy.
What are you doing?
You should go back to sleep, Mrs. Turner.
I asked you a question. What are you doing?
If you must know, I think I've figured a way out of this mess. That's
Out of
all.
this how?
Let's just say that what I have, I had in the trunk of my car all the time. I just couldn't figure out a way to use it.
Use what? What are you talking about?
This.
What do you plan to do with that?
What does one usually do with dynamite, Mrs. Turner?
I'm not sure. I hope it's nothing drastic.
You always look on the bright side, don't you? Well, I'm afraid this time I have no other choice.
You do have a choice. If you'd only think. If you thought before, you never would have killed Sarah.
I told you I didn't kill her. Now, why don't you shut up about that?
Don't make another terrible mistake.
Mrs. Turner, I know what I have to do. Now, I'm sorry that you're mixed up in the middle of all this,
But I really see no other way out.
There is another way. This is a mistake.
No, this is perfect. And when this finally goes off, there'll be precious little around here left to identify.
What about your car?
What?
The police will think it's very strange if they don't find your car.
I've already taken care of that. The car stays in the ditch down by the dirt road.
But it's miles to the highway. You said that.
35 miles due south, to be exact. That's where I keep a backpack and a spare pair of hiking boots in the next room. It'll take me about 9 hours to walk out of here.
It's almost dark. It's going to be bitter cold out there.
I can handle it. And when I emerge from these godforsaken woods, nobody will be looking for me anymore.
There is another choice.
I'm not turning myself in.
Why not? If you didn't kill Sarah...
Maybe I did kill her. Now, why don't you shut up? Just shut up! All I know is that I could never face going to jail.
Mr. Hibbert, I'm not dressed for the cold. I could freeze out there.
Mrs. Turner, I'm afraid you don't understand. I said I was getting out of here, yes, but you're staying.
You know, Chase, it's not nice to keep a lady waiting. You never know who she'll meet. Visiting hours are almost over here. All right. I'll wait.
Well, hello there. I'm surprised you got out of San Marcos alive.
Look who's talking. Rumor about town is you almost didn't make it out of my brother's office alive.
Your brothers? Hogan?
Well. He doesn't know everything.
Maybe not. I heard a lot of stuff about you, though, from your brother.
Not all of it true, I'm sure.
No, most of it is.
How'd you get shot?
I told you, San Marcos is a very dangerous place.
It happened there? What were you doing down there?
Somebody had to keep an eye on you.
And what about you? You know there's a guy lurking about.
Big guy, raincoat.
Yeah. Yeah, you know him?
Listen. He wants to kill me.
This may surprise you, but the police are anxious to return your aunt to safety.
Yeah, well, not as anxious as we are.
Mr. Bergman, the only reason we've doubled the manpower on this case is because Cagney is a member of the force. We are doing everything we can.
What are the leads?
Enough!
What do you mean by that?
One of our men just spoke to an old woman who runs an all-night diner about 20 miles south of here. Now, she says she may have served a man fitting Hibbert's description.
Well, 20 miles south.
That's about 100 miles from your Arrowhead Inn.
Okay. Have any of the men been able to prove that it was Hibbert? I mean, you said it was an old lady, right? How old? How's her eyesight? Were they able to show her any kind of picture of Hibbert?
Cagney, stop playing detective, all right? You're just a rookie.
Yeah, he's a rookie with as good a lead as someone who might have seen someone who may look a little bit like your suspect.
Lieutenant Grant, maybe he's down south. He probably is, but couldn't you send a few men up to the cabin just to play it safe?
Sure, when I get a chance.
All right, fine. Then in the meantime, why don't we go?
I wouldn't advise that.
Well, what are you going to do, Lieutenant? Send somebody over here to stop us? I got a better idea. Why don't you send that someone out to the cabin?
How many sticks of dynamite did Borden say he sold Hibbert?
I'll tell him. 8 or 10. 8 or 10 sticks.
Forensics only found 4 in your basement.
Yeah, we know that, Lieutenant.
This guy could be lethal. I really can't spare any men.
You could spare some volunteers.
Don't even think it. I'll take the ride.
Now, begging your pardon, Lieutenant, but look, we know the man. If he has Joe, maybe we can talk him into surrendering.
Besides, it's never smart to go into any kind of situation without a backup.
Right.
All right, but stop trying to con me.
Yeah, I'll wait in the car.
Cagney? Please be careful.
Guy's holding 4 sticks of dynamite. She says be careful.
Estelle is alive and living in Henderson?
I'm afraid so.
And you knew about this before we flew to Virginia?
That's right.
Why?
Why? Because I thought I was doing what was best, because I wanted to protect everyone and be in control, and because I thought it would be easier. Then, now, I've got a real mess on my hands, don't I?
Why didn't you tell me about this sooner?
Oh, Liza, I never wanted to tell you about Estelle.
Well, it looks like you're going to have to now, Lloyd.
Believe me, if I could postpone it any longer, I would. All right. When I met Estelle, she was barely 18 years old, still a girl, searching for an identity. Instead, she found me. After that, things happened very quickly. Now, I don't know whether it was the pressure of being Mrs. Lloyd Kendall or having all those children to tend at an early age, or knowing that one of them was not mine. Just the fact that it happened so fast. Her youth was snatched away from her, Liza. Well, whatever it was, the pressure was there. When we lost TR, she blew. Pills, alcohol. She was in and out of every hospital. I couldn't believe that the body could take that kind of abuse. And every time I'd welcome her home, for a while things would be normal. Then sooner or later she'd slip. Each time she slipped, it was worse than the time before.
I'm sorry.
No, don't feel sorry. Not for me. I didn't do anything to help. I was very young. I was very confident. And I did not understand. I knew that I had been able to conquer a major corporation at my age. Certainly she could handle a drug dependency. I had no compassion. I blamed her for her weakness.
I can understand why you...
No, you can't, Liza. Forgive me, but you can't understand unless you've lived through it. The quarreling, the suspicion, the tension, eventually the hatred. It was almost tangible. You could feel it in every room of the house. And it went on like that, Liza, for years. until eventually we realized that if we were not going to destroy each other, it would have to end. So we agreed. She would go away, and I would support her.
You didn't have to tell everybody she was dead, Lloyd.
Seemed like a good idea at the time. Liza, she left telling me that she didn't care what I told the children. She didn't care, but I did. They were too young to understand that what we were doing was the only sane thing that we could do. You know children. You know how desperately they need to be able to believe that their parents care for them. I could not rob them of their faith in their mother's love. It was better that they mourned for her.
There was never any plane crash. That wasn't right, Lloyd.
Perhaps not. Perhaps it wasn't right. That's much easier to see now. It's wonderful what a perspective hindsight gives you on things. But then, Liza, when I was in the middle of it, Estelle had tried to dry out so many times and failed every time. I honestly believed that she would never come into our lives again.
Well, here she is.
Indeed she is. This particular chicken has come home to roost with a vengeance. And now you're angry, and you feel betrayed.
Yes! Yes, this isn't something you can expect me to just forgive like that, Lloyd.
Well, I guess I hope that you can. I guess I hope that as my wife, you can understand and accept this for what it was. An error in judgment by a very proud young man, full of good intentions, but with very little wisdom. I certainly did not do this maliciously.
I know how much you love your children. You'd never do anything to hurt them intentionally.
Be that as it may, I certainly have. Chase is furious with me, Steve. TR, I don't know how I'm going to tell TR. I can't bear the thought of losing her again.
You won't. Would it help you if I told her?
Thank you. This is my mess. I'm going to have to handle it my own way. Just, I'll tell you, there's something you could do. Give me a minute, pull myself together, and then tell her I'd like to see her, ask her to come in. Thank you. This is Mr. Kendall speaking. Is my ex-wife still in Henderson? Yes, I was afraid she would be. No, everything here is fine. Going exactly according to plan.
Excuse me.
Oh, yes, may I help you?
You could tell me which room Stephen Kendall is in?
You're his mother, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Mother!
Oh, Stephen! I can't tell you what a delight it is to be able to see you whenever I want.
Same here. Have you heard anything about Joe?
No, not really. Listen, if you'll excuse me, I need to go and check on my son.
She's not taking it too well, not like she should.
You know, I must tell you, I'm really glad you think of this place as home.
Really? Why?
Because that's exactly what I want to talk to you about.
The man outside wants to kill you? Who is he?
You tell me. Listen, when's the last time you saw a man like that?
San Marcos?
Right.
Why would they send somebody all the way up here to kill you? What did you do?
It's not what I did, it's what I know. I know too much about San Marcos, too much about Rivera.
And he sent a hit squad after you?
Yeah.
We gotta call the police.
No, we don't call the cops, okay? Can't do that.
You need protection. There is a man out there who wants to kill you. Well, what are you gonna do?
What are we gonna do? You are gonna help me escape.
TR, I hope you know how much I love you.
Dad, what is this, my speech welcoming Elijah to the family? You don't have to do that.
No, I know how much You care about her.
Dad, you made my dreams come true. Now Liza can really, truly, officially be my mother.
Yes. Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about, your mother.
What?
Your real mother. She's alive.
What?
Your mother is alive and living in Henderson.
No.
Yes. And I think you better be prepared.
Prepared for what?
Well, to meet her. You're finally going to get to know your mother.
You just married Liza, and now you're telling me that my real mother is alive?
Very much so.
I don't understand. Did you know that she was alive all this time?
Yes. Now, T.R., you're a very bright girl. Certainly, over the years, you've picked up...
Dad, you divorced her because she drank and took drugs. How could you say that she died in a plane crash? I don't understand. Why would she just run out?
She didn't run out on you. Never on you. You'd already disappeared. In fact,
Chase
your
and Steve
disappearance
were
is-
still around, Dad. She ran out on all of us.
People can change. Now, apparently, she's gotten her life together, and she wants to be a part of your lives once more.
I think that's a little late for that, don't
No,
you?
it's not. It doesn't have to be.
I don't know her.
But you can get to know her if you can understand that what happened was my fault as
Dad,
well as
I
hers.
don't want to. She's a stranger to me.
She's your mother.
She doesn't mean anything to me now.
But she will eventually, whether you want her to or not.
You married Liza now. And that's all I want and all I need.
Stephen, I have decided to stay on here in Henderson. I'm going to make this town my home.
What's the reason?
Well, let's see. There's Chase, there's T.R., there's Stephen. I think those are very good reasons.
Well, don't put me on the list of permanent residents. I'm not sure where I'm going to wind up yet.
But you have to stay here. This is the first time our family's been together for years. Besides, I need you.
You need me?
Yes.
You haven't needed me in the last 10 years. Why now?
I've always needed you. I was just too weak to admit it. Steve, you will be pleased to know that your mother is a woman of means. I have a very substantial sum of money, which I intend to invest, all of it, here in Henderson.
Sounds like you've got big plans for this town.
I have big plans for all of us.
All of us except Lloyd.
Stephen, together, Chase, you and I, together we can topple what Lloyd's built for himself here. We can prove to Lloyd that we can make it on our own.
Let me be honest with you. Lloyd Kendall and I have never gotten along. Probably because I found out he wasn't my real father. But he raised me like a son.
Yes, but he is not your father. What he did to me...
What he did
what
to
he
you
did to
was terrible. But I don't plan on taking sides, and I'd appreciate if you don't put me in the middle.
Then I'll just have to do it on my own, won't I?
I suppose you will.
You always wanted to get to know
Dad,
your real
please.
mother, T.R. You won't be able to avoid her. She's going to want to see you.
I think that's her problem. I really don't care.
Aren't you the slightest bit curious about her?
I've seen pictures of her. I'm sure she's just a little bit older.
Oh, T.R.
Dad, I don't want to. I'm gonna go get Liza. And we are gonna have a great dinner.
No luck? They said they never heard of Hibbert or the Wilkes family. That's 6 cabins down, not too many more to go.
They also said there's an old place around the next bend in the road.
All they said was there's a cabin that's not used much.
That's
that
not
doesn't mean anything.
It means time is passing by while you guys argue. Now put the car in gear and let's go find Joe, all right?
Well, all ready to go.
Don't do this. Please, think.
Mrs. Turner, Joanne, I have tried to think of another way out of this, really. But there is none. I'm sorry. My backpack's in the other room. Excuse me.
This bend in the road shows a long way from that last cabin.
I don't think we missed it. It should be coming up any minute.
You said that 5 minutes ago. I think we're lost.
What's the matter?
Am I seeing things, or is that Hibbert's car up there in the ditch?
Oh, you're not seeing things.
Mr. Bergman, you wait right here.
Yeah, I'll wait in the car.
Hold it! You are not going anywhere. Now, why don't you just come back in the room and sit down?
Give me that! No! Don't touch the...
One more step. I'll blow us both up.